Oh, we got Carl and Timothy. Hey, come out come out here and show me really quick. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see. Oh, Carl, oh my goodness gracious, go back a little bit. Hey, you guys have a good day. We gotta go film some greatness. Shift some mindsets. That's what we're about to do. I got an interesting one to talk to you guys about. Handling and dealing with adversity. Because I tell you what, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a millionaire. I don't care if you're famous, you're rich, you're poor, you're broke. Everyone goes through adversity. You see it. You see the millionaires, you see the successful people that tragically will do something to ruin their lives, or there's people who are successful who are unhappy with their journey. They deal with adversity, and I'm telling you guys, no matter where you're at, we off, baby. But no matter where you're at in life, you're gonna deal with adversity. What I've noticed is those who tend to be successful, those who tend to have a stronger mindset, learn how to shift the adversity and use that as fuel, use that as focus, as a way to provide some type of inspiration for them to either work harder or handle a situation differently. Adversity is going to come to you in all shapes and forms and sizes and moments that you least expect, and it's truly just something that we can never predict when it's going to happen. And that's the sucky part about it. You think that things are going so good, life is great, and then boom, a bombshell happens, or now things are going downhill and you feel like, oh, like life has been crappy lately. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I'm telling you, you see my story, you see the stuff that I've talked about. For anyone who's been around for this journey, God, I can't even get into neutral right now. Modern world struggles of riding motorcycles. But for anyone that knows a little bit about shifter, I've been willing to let down my walls and talk about problems that I've had. And so you guys know that I've dealt with my own adversity, my own problem and situations. Everyone has a story to tell. It truly does not matter who you are. It doesn't matter what your situation is, because it affects us differently. We can look at one person and say like, well, at least you're not going through this. At least you don't have to deal with that. And that just comes back down to the point where it's like, we all have a story to tell. We're all going through something. And honestly, like, who are you to judge someone else's pain? Who are you to judge how someone else has been feeling and what they've been going through and how it affects them personally? You haven't walked their shoes. You haven't lived their life. You're not in their current situation. You can relate through your own struggles and say, you know what, I'm going through something different. But at the end of the day, we're all in pain. We're all struggling. We're all dealing with things. And that's where we come together, and that's where we bond. It's not from comparing our stories. It's not from saying that I'm more hurt than you. I need more love. I need this more than... We're all going through a struggle. We're all dealing with adversity. And like I said, it comes in so many different shapes and sizes and forms. Ooh, we about to check out this car right here. This Corvette. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, this car is beautiful. Seriously, this car is beautiful. Oh, now I gotta follow him. Ooh, yeah, that shit is nice. Is he behind me? I don't know. My instincts are telling me he is. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm trying to change people's lives, and I'm getting sidetracked by cars. I had a reason why I was talking about comparing your struggles to someone else, because like I mentioned, we can look at millionaires, we can look at entrepreneurs, people who are quote-unquote successful, who are struggling with mental illness, where they might live better lives in some forms and some aspects. They still go through their own problems and their own struggles. This message is for everyone. This isn't just for people who are successful, for people who are making a living, for people who are actually doing things that they love. This is for everyone. Because we all deal with shit, we all have our own problems. But what I've realized is it's more of a common factor when you see successful people or entrepreneurs of how they handle the adversity. It's not to say that they don't struggle off of their success. For me, we can look at individuals who are making a living and doing great things, but we have to learn to judge our success off of our happiness. It sounds so crazy, but I promise you guys, It's the realest thing. I've been struggling. I'm out here, like I mentioned, I'm getting sued by different debt collectors. I'm struggling to keep up with my monthly bills. I dropped down to part-time at work on purpose, knowing my struggles, so that way I could pursue my dream, so that way I could do these things that I wanted to do. And a lot of individuals will say it's a stupid thing. I'm not gonna front. It is a little stupid to take that risk right now. But on the other hand, we look at what we've been doing. Look at the traction that we're getting. Look at the movement that we're spreading. Things are different. So based off of those things being different right now, I've made a shot call, and I've made a decision to keep pursuing this movement and keep pursuing this dream. It's really hard to explain, but I really feel like this movement is going to take care of a lot of people one day. And that's something that I'm willing to risk. I know in my heart that this movement is going somewhere. Who knows where it's going to go? Me handling my adversity, I'm letting that to fuel my passion. I'm allowing my adversity and my pain and my struggles to motivate myself to create content every day, to talk about stuff that'll inspire you, to break down my walls and be a voice for other individuals and do things that I love to do. Guys, when we talk about adversity, for me it's about being a supporter. For me it's about being a provider. I'm not just taking care of myself, I'm taking care of my family. I don't have to come out here and make content, but I want to. I don't have to pay my family's bills or help them out and take care of them, but that's who I am. Shifter don't play around with this family. I have to make sure they're good, and I will die trying to. And my whole life I've always let adversity take over, and it sulks me down into the shell and buries me into depression and makes me feel like shit every single day. And that was my whole life, living up to this moment, living up until the last year. I can confidently say that I do struggle, and I do have my days and my moments. On those days where I'm not wanting to and struggling to, and part of that is building that self-love, building that trust up, and staying true to what you say, staying true to what you do, and being so true to yourself behind closed doors when no one is looking. But it's getting there, that's the problem, right? What do you want me to do, Shifter? Like, I'm struggling over here. It's one of the situations where you're riding home, you're broke already, and you get a flat tire on the side of the road. It's the last thing you would have ever needed. But there's two types of ways to react to that. You're not in the wrong for feeling stressed out or angry over a situation, but how you respond to that determines the next moves and the next things that happen in your future. I look at today and I wonder, like, wow, why am I growing so much? How have I created a movement? How have I stayed so consistent? What did I do to deserve this? But then we look back and we've built up that undeniable truth. We've stacked up so much evidence that shows that what we're doing is what we're doing. It's just crazy to me. A lot of us struggle with building up the self-confidence, but we're not even willing to start. We're not even willing to start that journey. We're not willing to put ourselves first because we fear we're gonna hurt other people. We're so used to living a life taking care of other individuals, putting their needs before ours, that we forget about our own selves, that we forget about the things that we love and the things that we enjoy. When you are constantly living for others and taking care of other people, the moment that you go through adversity, it reminds you that you've never done anything for yourself. You sulk yourself in sorrow and you feel bad and miserable. It really does come back to developing that relationship and that love and that trust with you, and going out there and building up the confidence. I get it. From someone that was super insecure, you have to jump out of your comfort zone. There's no secret sauce to this. There's no secret recipe. Start doing things you're uncomfortable with. Do something about it besides complaining, besides blaming someone else, even if it's their fault. Take your situation and evaluate it and understand that you have a way you can react. It is on you. It's not on anyone else. Your happiness is not on anybody else. It is not anyone else's responsibility. I really want you to say to yourself, and keep believing it, keep saying it, my happiness is my responsibility, and it will not be dictated by the things around me. Yes, you're gonna get frustrated. Yes, you're gonna get stressed out. You're gonna have days that are a lot harder than others. But guys, your happiness is your responsibility, and there's nothing or no one that's going to save you. And when I deal with adversity, I get upset. But guys, when I'm dealt with a tough situation, I look at tough situations as a puzzle now. All right, we gotta be creative, we gotta make it work. I'm over here struggling to pay bills and take care of things, but instead of letting that eat me up alive now, I'm using that to motivate me. I'm using that to inspire me. I write little notes around my room. I write little things in my phone that give me reminders that it's gonna be okay, that we're gonna make it through. Only if I continue to keep pushing and give it my all. I see that far too often. We half-ass things, or we don't give it any time and wonder why it doesn't work. This movement that I've been creating, this is a year. I've been doing this one whole year now. I don't get mad at the algorithm anymore. And maybe momentarily, all right? I'll be like, damn, Instagram algorithm is bugging lately. But then I go back to the drawing board and I say, well, let's just be real with my content. Is it good or is it great? Is this something that I would personally share if I saw? You gotta be real with yourself. And you gotta look at challenges and find a way to problem solve it. There's gonna be difficult situations that pop up, and there's gonna be times where you don't know the answer to. Instead of committing to finding out the right answer, commit that you're gonna do everything to try to find the answer. Know in your heart that you've been trying. Know in your heart that you're giving it everything. You're not just giving up. It's always the fear of the unknown that gets us, right? It's always the fear of wanting to make sacrifices for our own happiness. We make so many sacrifices to make other people happy, but we're afraid to sacrifice a couple things in our life to set us up for success, to set yourself up for success. For someone that's insecure or someone that is struggling to stay motivated, it's primarily, in my opinion, due to the fact that your whole life you've been there for others, that you've been taking care of others. I had to take care of myself. I had to show my self-love. And no, I'm not perfect. I struggle. I have my own issues. But I'll tell you what, I really truthfully love what I'm doing. I love who I'm becoming. I love that I'm putting in my heart and soul into this. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is using adversity to your advantage. There's a way to use it as your advantage, and that's literally the backbone of Shifter. You see all my content. I talk about struggles. I talk about mental health. And what do you know? Look at how many people can relate. Look at how many people are dealing with the same problems. There's a way to turn your problems into motivation, into a story to tell, into something that is going to build you a backbone. With every adversity you go through, there's going to come growth. We always hear about it. This made me stronger. This makes me who I am. Trust the process, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for those tough times. If you're not struggling, you're not growing. That's the perfect way for me to say it. Honestly, for me, the last 2 or 3 months has been some of the most toughest times in my personal life. I've been really struggling, but I'm not making excuses anymore. I have an option of how I react. I don't really get to choose how I feel, but I get to choose how I react to this situation. And it's creating something. To me, I feel like this is a test. I'm being pushed to my limits to see what I'm capable of. And I still feel like I haven't reached there. I'm still ready and just waiting to explode. Just give me a movie production crew. Let me make a movie real quick. A real short film instead of using an iPhone. There's so many ways that I imagine myself breaking free and reaching my potential. But I'm understanding that to get to that potential, I have to go through this adversity. I have to go through the situations and problems that I'm dealing with right now, because it's preparing me for that. You're gonna get dealt with problems and situations and things that you've never been through. And so it's really important to stay strong and stay true to you. It's really important to remember that you are beautiful and that you have potential. And what's the most important is that you are in control of your happiness. From here on out, you are the owner of your happiness, and there is no one that will take that away from you. Commit that to yourself. There is nothing on this world, on this planet, that would end Shifter. You might knock me down temporarily. When I'm challenged with adversity, I'm letting that fuel my fire. I'm letting that inspire me to go out and do great things. For all of you guys at home, I want you to type in the comments something along the lines of, I am the owner of my happiness, and nothing's gonna take that from me anymore. We're done. It's okay to struggle, it's okay to be upset and sad, but get up. Don't stay down there. I'm right here. I got you. Take my hand. Let me lift you up real quick. Just don't stay down there too long. Go ahead, embrace your feelings. Embrace the things that you're going through and become the expert on it. Like I said, study it and analyze it. Become a problem solver. That's the key thing I'm looking for. Whenever you're feeling upset or stressed or down, I want you to think problem solve. I want you to think about how you can take action to at least try, even if it's impossible. Because when you can rest at night knowing that you're giving it everything you have, you feel a little bit better. I'll fight anybody who said that's not true. Just think about it. It's your perspective and the way that you view things. Shift your mindset. Change the way that you think. Change the way that you handle your adversity, and find a way to use that to fuel your passion. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to be down in the dumps. But how you react to that is everything. How you react is going to outlay the next few steps in your future in your life. So guys, be strong. Oh, I'm here for you. Oh, I love you. But we're out. I love you guys. Peace.